Hi, I'm Isabelle Lesh, and
film is forever.
I do mostly music and fashion photography. I feel like most of my work is music related. I just like to take pictures of people, I guess. Valley, forever. Born and raised. Trying to capture people as naturally as I can. I don't love like a static portrait, but I like to watch people move. I think that's because I grew up a dancer, so I feel like I like to watch people move and like makes it feel organic. I don't like to like give too much direction when I take portraits or anything like that. I just like to like watch people move around and let them feel as comfortable as possible. My grandpa, he moved his family around a lot to like Japan, Holland, London, Aruba, and he used to just like shoot. So my parents got me my first film camera when I was 7. It's like this little pink camera that has flowers all over it. I love Dorothea Lange. Her portraits of kids and like families and just like women, I think are so beautiful. Like she didn't use models or anything like that. She just like captured people as they were. I love her portraits. I think they'll be my inspiration forever. When I visited, I wanted to go somewhere like far from home. I chose Atlanta because it doesn't get that cold. And also they were like super advertised as a liberal arts school. They actually got rid of their photography program after my freshman year. But there was one photo professor who they couldn't let go of because he had tenure, and he took me on independently for like 2.5 years. I owe him like so much, honestly, everything.
What's his name?
Jason Francisco. He's an amazing photographer himself. He does a lot of shows in Eastern Europe. You'll never ever know what like a production coordinator or like what a producer does until you like actually do it, because it's so many fine details, and I never expected any of it, and I feel grateful to know what people were doing when I was like shooting on set. And like there's so much behind the scenes stuff that like nobody sees, and I feel like it's just like helped me appreciate production so much more. Also, like crews are amazing and nothing could be done without them, so. Yeah, definitely hands-on, and for most of our clients I also did photo, so I got super involved with our clients, like doing personal photography for them, and we worked with them very directly and their management. So yeah, I'd say it's a super hands-on job. It's definitely different per artist. Like some artists are super heavily involved and like have a lot of opinions, and like that's great because they're super creative and have a vision and they know what they want. And then other artists are like a little bit more, like tend to be more removed on certain aspects. Like you're working more with their management. While I was at Hitco, I met my boss who then kind of asked me to like come and work for him. He was creative directing for a couple big name clients, and then he brought me on to kind of like learn. And at first I was definitely just like assisting and like helping out with stuff, learning how to be a creative director. And then he like had me start taking on more like creative responsibilities. That has definitely taught me a ton, and I've started working on a lot of my own stuff. Like I help creative direct for this bag company and like creative direct a lot of photo shoots that I'm working on. Working with all these clients was really amazing. I definitely learned how much goes into the creative direction for an artist, because it's not just like music videos and photo shoots, it's like album covers and merch and all of these things that, you know, like anything that has a creative aspect to it, social media even, curating that stuff, like a creative director helps out with all that. So it's been super interesting to learn and like start doing stuff on my own. I like the music industry. It's busy. It definitely has its own issues, but I have loved music my whole life. My dad owned a recording studio when I was growing up, so I've been around music forever. He was always playing music in our house. Same with my grandparents. My grandma had a jukebox in her house when I was a kid. Like, I've just grown up around music, and it doesn't surprise me that that's where I ended up photo-wise. And I don't know, I like fashion too, a lot. And I've been doing more fashion stuff recently, but I think music is gonna be where my heart is always. I really never expected to be a photographer. Like, really, like that was never like in the game plan. There's never like, I thought it wasn't a possibility. I honestly didn't even think about it. And then he was like, do you wanna like come do this shoot? And they really liked the photos, and then there I went from there. Haven't stopped, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it while it keeps working. I'm like learning that it's really important to like also keep doing photo stuff for myself, because I think burnout is real, and I like have realized that like I need to keep doing like fun projects that inspire me. I was just talking to a friend about that yesterday, about how like it's super important to do projects that inspire you, that you like, on top of your work, because otherwise you're just gonna burn out really fast. I think color catches my eye a lot. Like blues and reds like really catch my eye, like that senior center photo I love. And I also think like small town photography like has like something about it for me. Maybe it's because I'm not from a small town and I've only been in big cities, and I like love the thought of like something more rural. Like I loved Oklahoma. Like, I don't know why, I really liked driving through there, and I loved driving through Arkansas. And like my boyfriend and I was living in Atlanta at Emory, and he was living in Nashville going to Belmont, and we used to drive like back and forth once a month and go see each other. So you drive through like rural Tennessee and rural Georgia, and it's so beautiful. It definitely has, rural Tennessee and rural Georgia have like their own stuff, but I think like just the thought of a small town like really charms me. I don't know if I'd like it forever, but maybe I'd spend some, like I'd love to like take some time and like spend time in small towns in America. Yeah, I just did it for the first time. It is great and overwhelming, and it's just like kind of like a surreal experience for me, because I've grown up, obviously like concerts were like something my dad and I did together forever. I've always loved going to shows, and to be like shooting on a stage at a show is like super crazy. Definitely like the first time like really like took me a second to like take it in and like realize what was happening. But yeah, it's fun traveling, and it's exhausting, but it's great. And if you're traveling with good people, then it makes it even better. I definitely was like overwhelmed and exhausted. Also, like I feel like the pandemic brought it out in me more, but like I'm kind of a homebody. So, and like constant change is like not something that I've always been like great at, and things are literally changing every day. So I didn't go for super long, so it wasn't like, I don't think I could even really tell you what like a couple months on the road would look like for me, but I definitely think it could take a toll, and like taking a moment for yourself is really important. Like just sometimes you need to like take a little space. I'm also an introvert, so I definitely need space sometimes. I like to be alone. You're literally never alone, so. But I think just like the key is like to take care of yourself. Or from what I've seen from the people that I traveled with, like the key is just like take a moment to take care of yourself. I am happy. I think that I could always grow and like expand more, and I think also like the only thing that I'm not necessarily the most happy about is like that I do need to like take more time to do stuff for myself. Like I'm just a yes man, honestly, so I think I can kind of like not overcommit to the point where like I'm not doing my job, but just like where I don't prioritize myself or like things that I want, shoots that I like or whatever. Towards the beginning of this year was experiencing a lot of burnout and like took some time to like figure out what I wanted to do, especially because I never saw photography as an option. So going off of that, I was like just doing photography all the time. And then I was like, wait, maybe I don't want this to be my job because I loved it and now I feel like I don't love it as much. I've been trying to like connect with other photographers. There are just like people who like inspire me and like people who definitely keep me grounded and like people I can chat with that either get it or like want to work on cool projects and like do things together, shoot stuff for myself, shoot portraits of people that I love. I used to do that a lot more. Some creative directing clients like of my own, like that I'm really working on by myself. Shooting with some brands and artists that like I love to listen to or wear or whatever. Like just reaching out. I think I want to start like reaching out to more people that I'd be interested in working with also, rather than like just jobs that come my way, which I'm so grateful for and love all of my clients. Like also just artists that I've started listening to after working with them and brands that I now love. But I think like brands that have been like I've made a list of like people that I would just like kill to work with. So maybe just like starting the reach out process and like reaching for those goals. I love my Pentax K1000. It's like the first like real film camera that I got, and I honestly still use it to this day for like everything. Also have a Canon AE1 that I love. Love my little point and shoot Pentax IQ zoom. Honestly, I'm super minimal. Like I have a ton of like different film cameras, but I'm nothing like super fancy. Nothing with like, I just started shooting digital, so I guess that was like my most expensive photo purchase.
Canon?
Sony, yeah. But film is forever my favorite, and I got a high 8, which I am obsessed with. Middle school is tough, but you'll get through it. I think just like keep like doing what you want to do, not what you think other people tell you that you should do, or like what you think you should be doing, or like the friends that you should have or whatever. Like just do what you want to do. Things will come your way and you'll figure it out. I think I was like really stressed out about like what I was gonna do and like what I was gonna be, but I think like just that you're gonna figure it out and it's all gonna be fine. Also that you will value the discipline that gymnastics taught you.
That's cool, yeah.
Film is forever.